Imagine a big, noisy airport on a sunny morning. People are everywhere. Some are running super fast, pulling their suitcases behind them. Others are standing in long lines, holding cups of hot coffee. Kids are tugging on their parents' hands, asking, "Are we there yet?" It's busy, busy, busy like a beehive full of buzzing bees. Everyone's trying to get somewhere, and the air smells like coffee, airplane fuel, and a little bit of excitement. Now, in the middle of all this craziness, there's a man named Tom Grayson. Tom isn't loud or fast like the others. He's quiet. Really quiet. He's sitting in a wheelchair, rolling along slowly. His jacket is old and faded, like it's been washed 100 times. He's got a cap on his head, pulled down low over his eyes. You can barely see his face. He looks like just another guy trying to catch a flight. Nothing special, right? Well, guess what? He's not just any guy. Nope. But no one knows that yet, not the people rushing by, not the workers at the airport, not even you, not yet. Tom's face is kind. It's the kind of face that makes you think, this guy's been through some tough stuff. His eyes are soft, and he's got little lines around them, like he's smiled a lot in his life. Even with all the noise around him, he's calm. He's not yelling or complaining. He's just rolling his wheelchair toward the gate, the place where you get on the plane. He's got a little bag on his lap, nothing fancy, just a plain black one. He looks like he's ready for a normal trip, maybe to visit family or something boring like that. The airport is huge. There are big signs everywhere with arrows pointing this way and that. Gate 12, one says. Gate 25, says another. People are walking fast, dragging big suitcases with wheels that go clack 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 on the shiny floor. A lady with bright red lipstick is yelling into her phone. "I'm late. I'm late," she says. A little boy drops his toy airplane, and it spins across the ground. Someone almost trips over it. It's loud and wild, and Tom just keeps rolling along, nice and slow, like he's got all the time in the world. He gets to the gate. It's gate 17, and there's a big plane waiting outside the window. The plane is shiny and silver, with blue letters on the side that say Sky High Airlines. That's the name of the company that owns it. People are lined up, showing their tickets to a lady in a blue uniform. She's smiling and saying, "Have a nice flight," to everyone. Tom rolls up to her. He's polite, super polite. He looks up with those kind eyes and says, "Excuse me, can you help me get on the plane?" His voice is soft, not loud at all. He's not mad or bossy. He's just asking for help because, he's in a wheelchair. It's not easy to climb stairs or squeeze through tiny spaces when you can't walk. He needs a little extra time, a little extra care. Most people would say, "Sure, no problem." Right? That's what nice people do. But not everyone is nice today. That's when Sarah shows up. Sarah is a flight attendant. She works on the plane, helping people find their seats and making sure everyone's safe. She's supposed to be friendly. But today? Oh boy, today she's not friendly at all. She's loud. She's bossy. And she looks like she woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Her hair is pulled back in a tight ponytail, and her blue uniform is a little wrinkled, like she didn't have time to iron it. She's got a clipboard in her hand, and she's tapping her foot like she's annoyed at the whole world. Sarah sees Tom rolling up. Does she smile? Nope. Does she say, "Hi, how can I help you?" Nope. Instead, she puts her hands on her hips and stares at him like he's a big problem. "Move it, old man," she snaps. Her voice is sharp, like a teacher yelling at a kid who forgot their homework. "We don't have all day." Whoa. Did she really just say that? "Move it, old man?" To a guy who's just sitting there, asking for help? That's rude. Super rude. The lady checking tickets looks surprised. Her mouth opens a little, like she wants to say something, but she doesn't. A man in line behind Tom frowns. He's got a suitcase and a big beard, and he mutters, "That's not right." But Sarah doesn't care. She just keeps glaring at Tom, like he's slowing everything down. Tom doesn't look old, by the way. Not really. He's got some gray hair peeking out from under his cap, but he's not all wrinkled or anything. He's just quiet. And in a wheelchair. Maybe that's why Sarah called him old man. Maybe she thinks anyone who's not rushing around is too slow for her. But still, ouch. Who talks to someone like that? Especially a guy who's just trying to get on the plane. Let's stop for a second and think about this. Imagine you're at school, okay. You're trying to get to class, and maybe you drop your pencil. It rolls away, and you bend down to pick it up. Then someone, a teacher or a big kid, yells, "Hurry up, slowpoke. We don't have all day." How would that feel? Not good, right? It's mean. It's like they don't even see you as a person. That's how Sarah's acting right now. She's not seeing Tom. She's just seeing a problem she wants to get rid of. But here's the thing, Tom doesn't get mad. Nope, not even a little bit. He doesn't yell back. He doesn't say, "Hey, that's rude." He doesn't even frown. He just looks at Sarah with those calm, kind eyes. Then he nods. Just a tiny nod, like he's saying, "Okay, I'll wait." He doesn't argue. He doesn't fight. He just sits there, holding his little black bag, waiting for her to figure out what to do. Sarah rolls her eyes. She actually rolls her eyes. Like Tom is the most annoying thing she's ever seen. Then she turns away and starts talking to another worker. "Can someone deal with this guy?" she says, loud enough for everyone to hear. "I've got better things to do." Wow. Just wow. She's acting like Tom's a piece of trash she wants to kick out of the way. The other worker, a guy with glasses and a blue vest, looks confused. He shrugs and says, Sure, I'll help him." The guy with glasses walks over to Tom. He's nicer than Sarah. Way nicer. "Hey, sir," he says. "Let's get you on the plane, okay?" Tom smiles a small, friendly smile and says, "Thank you." See? Polite. Always polite. The guy with glasses pushes Tom's wheelchair toward a special ramp. It's a little walkway they use for people who need help getting on. Tom rolls up the ramp, nice and steady, while Sarah stomps off to boss someone else around. Now, let's take a step back. What's going on here? Sarah's being mean, really mean. She's treating Tom like he's nothing. Like he doesn't matter. But Tom? He's not fighting back. He's not making a big scene. He's just waiting. Why? Why isn't he mad? Most people would be mad, right? If someone snapped at you and called you names, you'd probably say something. Or at least feel upset. But Tom's different. He's calm. Too calm, maybe. It's almost like he knows something we don't. Like he's got a secret. And guess what? He does have a secret. A big one. Sarah doesn't know it. The guy with glasses doesn't know it. The lady with the red lipstick yelling into her phone doesn't know it. No one at this busy, noisy airport knows it. But we're about to find out. Oh yes, we are. Sarah thinks she's in charge. She thinks she can talk to Tom however she wants. But she's wrong. So wrong. She's about to mess with the wrong person, and she doesn't even see it coming. Let's imagine the airport again. The big silver plane is waiting outside, gleaming in the sun. People are still rushing around, dragging their bags, sipping their coffee. The little boy picks up his toy airplane and hugs it tight. The lady checking tickets keeps smiling, saying, "Have a nice flight," over and over. It's a normal day. A busy day. But something big is about to happen. Something that'll make Sarah wish she'd been nicer. Something that'll make everyone stop and stare. Tom's on that ramp now, rolling toward the plane. The guy with glasses is pushing him, chatting a little. "Nice day for flying," he says. Tom nods again. "Sure is," he replies. His voice is still soft, still calm. He doesn't sound worried or upset. He sounds ready. Ready for what? We don't know yet. But we're going to find out soon. Really soon. Sarah's still at the gate, barking orders. "Hurry up, people," she yells. "Let's move." She's waving her clipboard like it's a magic wand. The man with the beard shakes his head. "Someone needs to teach her a lesson," he mutters. "Oh, don't worry, Mr. Beard Guy. Someone will. Someone's about to turn this whole day upside down. And that someone? It's Tom." Hey, quick question for you, what would you do if someone treated you like that? Like Sarah treated Tom? Would you yell? Would you stay quiet? Let me know in the comments. I'm curious. Okay, let's keep going. Tom's almost on the plane now. The ramp leads right to the door, and he's rolling through. The inside of the plane smells like new carpet and airplane food. The seats are blue, and the windows are small but shiny. People are already sitting down, stuffing their bags under the seats. A baby's crying somewhere near the back. A lady with headphones is nodding to music. It's a normal flight, just like any other. Or so they think. Tom gets to his spot. It's near the front, where there's extra room for his wheelchair. The guy with glasses helps him settle in. You good, sir? He asks. Tom smiles again, that same small, kind smile. I'm good, he says. Thanks for the help. The guy nods and walks off, back to the gate. Tom's alone now, sitting by the window. He pulls his cap a little lower and looks out at the airport. What's he thinking? Is he mad at Sarah? Is he planning something? We don't know. Not yet. But Sarah? She's still out there, being loud and bossy. She doesn't even look at Tom as he gets on. She's too busy yelling at a kid who spilled some juice. Clean it up, she snaps. The kid's mom glares at her, but Sarah doesn't care. She thinks she's the boss. She thinks she can do whatever she wants. Oh, Sarah. You have no idea what's coming. No idea at all. Let's zoom out for a minute. The plane's almost ready to go. The workers are closing the gate. The lady with the smile waves one last time. Have a nice flight, she calls. The big silver plane starts to move, rolling away from the gate. Inside, Tom's sitting quietly, looking out the window. Outside, Sarah's still stomping around, acting like she owns the whole airport. The sun's shining, the sky's blue, and everything seems normal. But it's not normal. Not even close. Tom's got a secret, a huge, amazing secret. And Sarah? She's about to find out what happens when you pick on the wrong person. She thinks she's tough. She thinks she's in control. But she's not. Tom is. And when she finds out who he really is. Oh boy, it's going to be good. Really, really good. So, what's Tom's secret? Who is he? Why isn't he mad at Sarah? We're going to find out soon. This is just the start, the hook that pulls you in. The plane's about to take off, and so is this story. Get ready, because things are about to get wild. The plane takes off with a big whoosh. It's loud at first, like a giant vacuum cleaner sucking up the air. The wheels bounce a little on the runway, and then zoom, it lifts up into the sky. Everyone inside feels that funny push in their seats, like they're being pressed back by an invisible hand. The windows show the ground getting smaller and smaller. The airport turns into a tiny toy town, and soon it's just clouds outside, big, fluffy, white clouds that look like cotton candy. Inside the plane, things should be calm now. People are sitting down, buckling their seat belts, and getting ready for the trip. Some pull out books. Others pop in earbuds to listen to music. A lady near the back is knitting a scarf. Click, click, click go her needles. A little girl with pigtails is coloring a picture of a cat. It's a normal flight, right? Well, not quite. Because Sarah, the flight attendant, is still acting like a big grump. Sarah's moving up and down the aisle, the long walkway between the seats. Her shoes make a loud thump 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 on the floor. She's got her hands on her hips, and her face looks like she just ate a sour lemon. She's not smiling. Not even a little bit. She's barking orders at everyone, like a dog telling sheep where to go. Sit down, she snaps at a man who's standing up to stretch. Put that bag away, she yells at a lady trying to fix her stuff. She's loud, so loud that people turn their heads to look at her. Up near the front, Tom Grayson is sitting quietly. Remember Tom? The guy in the wheelchair with the faded jacket and the cap pulled low? He's still calm, still polite. He's looking out the window, watching those fluffy clouds go by. The plane's bouncing a tiny bit in the air, but he doesn't seem to mind. His hands are resting on his little black bag, the one he's kept on his lap since the airport. He's not bothering anyone. He's just there. Then Tom decides he's a little thirsty. It's been a long morning, and his throat feels dry. So he looks up at Sarah as she stomps by. "Excuse me," he says in his soft, kind voice. "Can I have a glass of water, please?" He's super polite, way more polite than most people would be. He even says please. That's nice, right? You'd think Sarah would say, sure, coming right up, or at least nod and get it for him. But nope. Not Sarah. Not today. Sarah stops walking. She turns her head slowly, like a robot, and stares at Tom. Her eyes get narrow, like she's squinting at something annoying. "What do you think this is, a restaurant?" she sneers. Her voice is sharp and mean, like a knife cutting through the air. She doesn't just say it quietly, she says it loud, so everyone nearby can hear. The lady knitting her scarf stops. Click, click, no more clicks. The man with the earbuds pulls one out to listen. Even the little girl with the cat picture looks up, her crayon frozen in her hand. Tom doesn't say anything back. He just blinks, still calm. He's not mad. He's not yelling. He's just waiting, like he's used to people being rude sometimes. But Sarah? She's not done. Oh no, she's just getting started. Tom reaches for his bag, maybe to get something out, like a bottle or a snack. His hand moves slow and careful. And then whack, Sarah slaps it away. She actually slaps his hand. Hard enough that it makes a little sound, like a clap. The whole cabin goes quiet. Super quiet. You can hear the plane's engine humming, but that's it. No one's talking. No one's moving. The lady with the scarf gasps, a tiny "oh," slipping out. The man with the earbuds sits up straight, his eyes wide. The little girl with pigtails whispers to her mom, "That's not nice." Her voice is so small, but everyone hears it because it's so quiet. Even the baby near the back stops crying for a second, like it knows something big just happened. Sarah stands there, smirking. That's a mean little smile, like she thinks she's won something. She puts her hands back on her hips and stares at Tom, waiting for him to argue or cry or something. She thinks she's the boss. She thinks she's tough. She thinks no one can stop her. But Tom? He doesn't do what she expects. Not at all. Tom doesn't yell. He doesn't shout, "Hey, why'd you do that?" He doesn't even rub his hand, even though it probably stings a little. He just looks at her. His eyes are calm, super calm, like a still pond with no ripples. They're steady, like he's seen way worse things than a slap from a grumpy flight attendant. He doesn't flinch. He doesn't frown. He just sits there, looking at her, quiet as a mouse. Let's imagine this for a second. You're on a plane, okay. You ask for something simple like a water or a snack and someone slaps your hand away. How would you feel? Mad? Embarrassed? Maybe you'd say, "That's mean," or "I'm telling someone." Most people would. It's normal to get upset when someone's rude like that. But Tom's not most people. He's different. He's too calm. Way too calm. It's almost spooky, like he's got a trick up his sleeve, a secret he's not telling anyone yet. Sarah doesn't notice that, though. She's too busy feeling proud of herself. She smirks again, that nasty little smile, and turns away. "Next time, wait your turn," she mutters, loud enough for Tom to hear. Then she stomps off down the aisle, her shoes going thump 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 again. She's acting like she owns the plane. Like she's the queen of the sky. She yells at a guy who's got his legs stretched out. "Feet in," she snaps. She glares at a lady who's opening a bag of chips. "Not so loud," she says. She's bossing everyone around, and she loves it. Meanwhile, Tom's still sitting there. His hands back on his bag now, resting like nothing happened. He's looking out the window again, watching the clouds. The plane's flying high, way up above the world. The sun's shining through the little window, making a bright spot on his faded jacket. He's not mad. He's not sad. He's just watching. Watching everything. The lady with the scarf leans over to the man with the earbuds. "Did you see that?" she whispers. "She hit him." The man nods, his eyebrows up high. "Yeah," he says. "That's not okay." The little girl with pigtails tugs on her mom's sleeve. "Mommy, why'd she do that?" she asks. Her mom shushes her, but she looks worried too. Everyone's talking quietly now, stealing glances at Sarah and Tom. They're shocked. They're wondering what's going on. But Sarah doesn't care. She's too busy being mean to notice. She walks past a guy who's trying to fix his seatbelt. Figure it out, she snaps. She glares at a lady who's holding a cup. Don't spill that, she says. She's like a storm cloud moving through the plane, making everyone tense. People shrink in their seats when she walks by. They don't want to get yelled at too. Tom's still quiet. He hasn't said a word since he asked for water. He hasn't moved much either. He's just sitting there, his cap low, his eyes steady. But here's the thing, he's watching her. Not in a creepy way, but in a smart way. Like he's paying attention to every single thing she does. Every yell. Every snap. Every mean word. He's taking it all in, like he's making a list in his head. Let's think about this. Why isn't Tom mad? If someone slapped your hand and yelled at you, you'd be upset, right? You might tell a teacher or a parent. You might say, that's not fair. But Tom's not doing any of that. He's too calm. Too cool. It's like he's seen stuff like this before, like he's been through worse and come out on top every time. What's his deal? What's he hiding? Sarah doesn't think about that. She doesn't even look at Tom anymore. She's too busy strutting around, acting big and tough. She thinks she's won. She thinks slapping his hand and yelling at him makes her the winner. Oh, Sarah. She has no idea what's coming. No idea at all. See, Tom's not just some random guy on a plane. He's not just a quiet man in a wheelchair. He's got something up his sleeve, something big. Something she'd never, ever guess. The plane keeps flying. The clouds outside are still fluffy and white. The engine hums, a low RRRRRRR that fills the air. The lady starts knitting again, click, click, click. The man puts his earbud back in. The little girl keeps coloring her cat, making its tail bright orange. Things seem normal again, but they're not. Not really. There's tension like a rubber band stretched tight, ready to snap. Sarah keeps being rude. She walks by a boy who's playing with a toy car. Put that away, she snaps. The boy looks scared and hides it under his seat. She glares at a lady who's texting on her phone. Turn it off, she says, even though the plane's already in the air and it's fine to use phones now. She's picking on everyone, like it's a game. And every time she yells, people look at Tom. They're wondering why he's so quiet. They're wondering what he'll do. But Tom doesn't do anything. Not yet. He's still watching. Still waiting. His hands stay on his bag. His eyes stay calm. He's like a cat sitting by a mouse hole, patient and still, knowing the mouse will come out soon. Sarah's the mouse, and she doesn't even know it. She thinks she's safe. She thinks she's in charge. But she's wrong. The plane hits a little bump, turbulence, they call it. The seats shake, and a few people gasp. Hold on. Sarah yells, like it's their fault. She grabs the back of a seat and keeps walking, steady as ever. She's not scared of the bumps. She's not scared of anything, or so she thinks. She doesn't see Tom's eyes following her. She doesn't see the way he's sitting, so still and sure. Let's zoom out for a minute. The plane's high in the sky now. The world below is tiny little dots of houses and roads. Inside, people are trying to relax, but Sarah's making it hard. She's loud. She's mean. She's picking on everyone, especially Tom. And Tom? He's the opposite. He's quiet. He's kind. He's waiting. Waiting for what? We don't know yet. But it's something big. Something that'll make Sarah's smirk disappear fast. The tension's growing. You can feel it. It's like when you're watching a movie and you know something's about to happen, but you're not sure what. Everyone's watching Sarah. Everyone's watching Tom. The lady with the scarf whispers to her neighbor again. She's awful, she says. The man nods. Yeah, but he's cool as ice. The little girl finishes her cat picture and holds it up for her mom. Look, she says, but her mom's still staring at Sarah, worried. Sarah keeps going. She walks by Tom again, and this time she glares at him. Don't ask for anything else, she mutters. I'm busy. Busy being mean, maybe. Tom doesn't answer. He just looks at her, those steady eyes locked on hers. She turns away quick, like she doesn't want to see him. Maybe she feels something, a tiny shiver, like he's not as weak as she thinks. But she shakes it off and keeps stomping down the aisle. The plane's steady now, flying smooth. The clouds outside are turning pink as the sun starts to set. It's pretty, but no one's looking at that. They're looking at Sarah and Tom. They're waiting for something to happen. And it will. Oh, it will. Sarah thinks she's got everything under control. She thinks slapping Tom's hand and yelling at him makes her strong. But she's about to find out she's wrong. Tom's got a secret, a big, huge secret, and it's going to change everything. So, what's next? What's Tom planning? Why's he so calm? We're getting closer to the big moment. The tension's thick, like fog you can't see through. Sarah's digging herself a hole, and Tom's just watching her fall in. Get ready, because this story's about to take off for real. The plane keeps flying high in the sky. It's been a while since takeoff now, and the clouds outside the windows are turning soft colors, pink and orange, like a big sunset painting. The engine makes a quiet hum, R, like a cat purring. Most people are settled in their seats, trying to relax. A man near the back is snoring, his head tilted funny. A girl with a ponytail is playing a game on her tablet, tapping the screen fast. A lady with glasses is reading a book about dogs. It's calm, well, almost calm. Because Sarah, the rude flight attendant, is still causing trouble. Sarah's stomping up and down the aisle again. Her shoes go thump 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 on the floor, loud enough to wake up the snoring guy. She's not happy. Not even a little bit. Her face is scrunched up, like she's mad at the whole world. She's being rude not just to Tom, but to everyone. And she's not even trying to hide it. There's a lady sitting a few rows back. She's got curly hair and a nice green dress. She's holding a cup of coffee that Sarah gave her earlier. The plane hits a tiny bump, just a little wiggle in the air, and some coffee sloshes out. It spills right onto the lady's lap. Her dress gets a big brown spot, and she gasps, "Oh no." She looks up at Sarah, hoping for help, like maybe a napkin or a "sorry about that." But does Sarah help? Nope. She laughs. She actually laughs. "Watch where you're holding that," she says, like it's the lady's fault. Then she keeps walking, leaving the lady to wipe it up with her sleeve. Who does that? Who spills coffee on someone and laughs about it? The lady with the curly hair looks mad now. She mutters, "That's so rude," under her breath. The guy next to her nods, his eyes big. "She's mean," he whispers. Everyone nearby hears Sarah's laugh. It's loud and sharp, like a bird squawking. People shake their heads. They're starting to get tired of her. Sarah doesn't stop there. Oh no, she's just warming up. A mom near the middle of the plane raises her hand. She's got a little baby in her lap, and the baby's fussing, not crying loud, just wiggling and making tiny noises. The mom looks tired, like she hasn't slept in days. "Excuse me," she says to Sarah, her voice soft. "Can you help me? I need a blanket for my baby." It's a simple ask, right? Babies get cold on planes. Everyone knows that. But Sarah? She doesn't care. She stops, turns, and glares at the mom like she just asked for $1 million. "I'm busy," Sarah snaps. "Figure it out yourself." Then she walks away, thump thump thump, leaving the mom with her mouth open. The baby keeps fussing, and the mom sighs. She digs in her bag, looking for something to keep the baby warm. A lady across the aisle leans over. "Here, take my sweater," she says, handing it over. The mom smiles and says, "Thank you. See? That's nice. Why couldn't Sarah be nice like that?" Sarah doesn't even look back. She's too busy acting like she's the boss of everything. She walks past a kid who's coloring with crayons. "Don't drop those," she barks, even though the kid's being careful. She glares at an old man who's adjusting his seat. "Stop moving around," she says, even though he's just trying to get comfy. It's like she thinks she's untouchable, like no one can tell her to stop. She's rude to everyone, and people are starting to whisper about it. "She's awful," says a guy with a baseball hat. "Yeah," says the lady next to him. "Someone should do something." The whispers spread, like little waves moving through the plane. People are annoyed. They're mad. They're watching Sarah stomp around, and they don't like it. But Sarah? She doesn't notice. She thinks she's in charge. She thinks she can do whatever she wants. Oh, she's so wrong. Now let's check on Tom. He's still up near the front, sitting by the window. His wheelchair's tucked away, and he's got his little black bag on his lap. He's quiet, super quiet, like he's not even part of the mess Sarah's making. The sunset light comes through the window, shining on his faded jacket. His cap is still pulled low, hiding his eyes a little. He's calm, like always. But something's different now. He's doing something. Tom reaches into his bag. His hand moves slow, like he's not in a hurry. He pulls out a small notebook. It's tiny, the kind you can fit in your pocket. The cover's plain, no pictures, just black. He opens it up, and there's a pen tucked inside. He takes the pen, clicks it once, click, and starts writing. His hand moves steady, making little scratches on the paper. What's he writing? A list? A letter? A story? No one knows. Not yet. The guy sitting next to Tom notices. He's a big guy with a red shirt and a friendly face. He's been quiet too, just looking at a magazine about cars. But now he leans over a little, peeking at Tom. Hey, sir, he whispers, keeping his voice low so Sarah doesn't hear. You okay? That was awful what she did. He's talking about the slap the time Sarah hit Tom's hand when he asked for water. Remember that? It was mean, and this guy saw it? Tom stops writing for a second. He looks up at the guy with the red shirt. His eyes are still calm, still steady. Then he smiles a little mysterious smile, like he knows something funny. Don't worry, Tom says, his voice soft but clear. Things have a way of working out. He doesn't say more. He just goes back to writing, his pen scratching on the paper again. Huh? What does that mean? Things have a way of working out? That's a weird thing to say, right? Most people would say, yeah, that was rude, or I'm mad about it. But Tom? He's not mad. He's not upset. He's smiling like he's got a secret plan. The guy in the red shirt tilts his head, confused. Okay, he says. He shrugs it off and goes back to his car magazine, flipping the pages. But now we're wondering, what's Tom up to? Who is this guy? Let's imagine the plane again. It's big, with rows and rows of blue seats. The air smells like coffee and pretzels, the snack kind they give out on flights. The windows are small, but the sunset makes them glow. People are trying to relax, but Sarah's making it hard. She's still being rude, stomping around like a grumpy bear. She walks by a lady who's eating a sandwich. Don't make a mess, she snaps, even though the lady's being neat. She glares at a kid who's giggling at a cartoon. Be quiet, she says, even though the kid's not loud. Tom keeps writing. His pen moves slow and careful, like he's thinking hard about every word. The notebook's small, but he's filling up the pages. Is he writing about Sarah? Is he making a list of all the mean things she's done? Maybe he's writing a letter to someone important. We don't know. No one can see, not the guy in the red shirt, not the lady with the baby, not anyone. It's a mystery, and it makes us curious. The plane hits another bump, turbulence again. The seats shake a little, and a few people gasp. Hold on. Sarah yells, like it's their fault the plane wiggled. She grabs a seat back to steady herself, then keeps walking. She doesn't spill anything this time, no coffee on anyone's lap, but she's still mad. Keep your stuff in place, she barks at a guy who's fixing his bag. He rolls his eyes when she's not looking. Tom doesn't look up. The bump doesn't bother him. He keeps writing, steady as ever. His hand doesn't shake. His pen doesn't stop. He's focused like a kid doing homework who really wants an A. What's he planning? Why's he so calm when Sarah's being so mean? We're starting to think he's not just a regular guy. Regular guys don't smile like that after getting slapped. Regular guys don't write secret notes on a plane. The guy in the red shirt keeps sneaking looks at Tom. He's curious too. He puts his magazine down and watches for a minute. Tom's pen scratches, scratch, 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 and the guy tilts his head again. You sure you're okay? He whispers. Tom nods, Still smiling that little smile. I'm fine, he says. Thanks for checking. The guy shrugs again. All right, he says, and picks up his magazine. But he's still wondering. We all are. Sarah keeps going. She walks by the mom with the baby again. The baby's asleep now, wrapped in the sweater from the nice lady. The mom looks up. Can I get some water, she asks, quiet and polite. Sarah doesn't even stop. Wait till later, she snaps, and keeps moving. The mom sighs. The nice lady across the aisle shakes her head. She's the worst, she whispers. The mom nods. Yeah. The whispers are getting louder now. People are talking more. She's so mean, says the guy with the baseball hat. Why's she like that, asks the lady next to him. Someone should tell her boss, says the old man who was adjusting his seat. They're all watching Sarah, and they're all mad. But Sarah doesn't care. She thinks she's untouchable. She thinks no one can stop her. Tom's still writing. Page after page. His notebook's getting full. The pen keeps moving, scratch, scratch, scratch. The sunset's almost gone now, and the sky outside is turning dark blue. The plane's lights are on, making everything inside glow soft and yellow. People are settling down, but the tension's still there. Sarah's rudeness is like a big cloud hanging over everyone. Let's think about this. Sarah's being mean to everyone, spilling coffee, ignoring the mom, yelling at kids. And Tom? He's just sitting there, writing in his little book. He's not mad. He's not yelling. He's calm, too calm. And that smile. That things have a way of working out smile. It's spooky. It's like he knows something big. Something we don't. Something Sarah doesn't. The guy in the red shirt flips a page in his magazine, but he's not really reading. He's thinking about Tom. He's thinking about that smile. What did Tom mean? Why's he so sure things will work out? The guy doesn't ask again, he's too shy, but he's curious. We're curious too. Who is this guy? What's he writing? What's his plan? Sarah walks by Tom again. She doesn't look at him this time. She's too busy glaring at a lady who's stretching her legs. Feet in, she snaps. The lady pulls her legs back fast. Sarah keeps moving, her ponytail swinging like she's proud of herself. She doesn't see Tom's pen moving. She doesn't see his calm eyes following her. She doesn't know he's watching every move she makes. The plane's quiet now, well, quiet except for Sarah. The snoring guy's asleep again. The girl with the ponytail is winning her game, beep 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 goes her tablet. The lady with the dog book turns a page. But everyone's still watching Sarah. And Tom. The tension's growing, like a balloon getting bigger and bigger. Something's coming. Something big. Tom finishes a page and flips to a new one. His pen starts again, scratch, scratch, scratch. He's so focused. So steady. He's not just a passenger. He's more than that. We don't know what yet, but we're starting to guess. That smile. That notebook. That calm. He's got a secret, a big, huge secret, and it's about to make Sarah wish she'd been nicer. The flight goes on. The sky's dark now, and stars are peeking out. The plane hums along, high above the world. Sarah keeps being rude. Tom keeps writing. And we keep wondering, what's next? What's Tom going to do? Who is he, really? The answers are coming. Get ready. The plane lands with a little bump. It's not a big one, just enough to make the seats wiggle a bit. The wheels screech on the runway, like a car braking fast, and then it slows down. Everyone feels that funny pull as the plane rolls to a stop. Out the windows, it's dark now. Stars twinkle in the sky, and little lights blink on the ground like fireflies at an airport. The engine hums softer, then goes quiet. The flight's over. Time to get off. Inside, people start moving. They unbuckle their seat belts with little clicks. A man in a blue shirt grabs his bag from under the seat. A lady with curly hair, the one who got coffee spilled on her, stands up, stretching her arms. The mom with the baby tucks the sweater tighter around her little one. The kid with the crayons stuffs them in a backpack. Everyone's ready to go, grabbing their stuff and lining up in the aisle. It's a slow shuffle toward the door, like a line at school lunch. Sarah's still there, though. Oh yes, She's not done yet. She's strutting around like a peacock showing off its feathers. Her shoes go thump 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 on the floor, loud and bossy. She's got her hands on her hips, her ponytail swinging, acting like she's the queen of the skies. Hurry up, she snaps at the man in the blue shirt. Move it, she barks at the lady with curly hair. People roll their eyes, but they keep going. They just want to get off this plane and away from her. Tom's still in his seat near the front. He's waiting his turn, nice and patient. His wheelchair's ready, someone brought it back for him, and his little black bag is on his lap. His faded jacket looks even older in the plane's yellow lights. His cap is still pulled low, hiding his eyes a bit. He's calm, like always. He doesn't rush. He doesn't push. He just sits there, watching everyone shuffle by. The guy in the red shirt, the one who asked if he was okay, gives him a little wave. "See ya, sir," he says. Tom nods back, smiling that small, mysterious smile. The line moves slow. People are tired. It's been a long flight, and Sarah's made it feel even longer with all her yelling and rudeness. The mom with the baby steps into the aisle, holding her little one close. The lady with the dog book tucks it under her arm. The kid with the crayons drags his backpack, bumping it on the seats. One by one, they head toward the exit, the big door at the front of the plane. It's open now, and cool night air drifts in, smelling like grass and jet fuel. Sarah's standing near the door, still acting big. "Let's go, people," she says, waving her hand like she's shooing flies. "Don't take all night." The man in the blue shirt mutters, "She's the worst," as he walks past. The lady with curly hair glares at her but doesn't say anything. Sarah doesn't care. She smirks like that mean little smile she gave Tom earlier and keeps bossing everyone around. She thinks she's in charge. She thinks she's untouchable. Oh, Sarah. Just wait. Tom's turn comes. He rolls his wheelchair forward, nice and steady. The aisle's narrow, but he moves smooth, like he's done this a million times. His hands push the wheels whir whir whir, and he heads toward the exit. People step aside to let him pass. The mom with the baby smiles at him. The kid with the crayons says, "Cool chair." Tom nods back, polite as ever. He's almost at the door now, just a few feet away. Sarah's right there, still strutting, still smirking. But then something happens. Something big. A man steps onto the plane. He comes through the door, right as Tom's about to roll out. This guy's not a passenger. Nope. He's different. He's wearing a sharp suit, black and shiny, like something a superhero's dad might wear. His tie is red, and his shoes are so clean they sparkle. He's got a badge pinned to his jacket, a little gold square that says Airline Manager in tiny letters. His face is serious, like a teacher about to give a big talk. And he's looking right at Sarah. Sarah stops. Her hands drop from her hips. Her smirk fades just a little. The passengers still in the aisle freeze too. They turn their heads, curious. The man in the sharp suit steps forward, his shoes clicking on the floor, click click click. He's tall, taller than Sarah, and his voice is loud and strong when he speaks. "Miss Sarah," he says, clear as a bell. "We need to talk." Whoa. Everyone hears it. The whole plane goes quiet again, like when Sarah slapped Tom's hand. The mom with the baby gasps. The kid with the crayons whispers, "Uh." The lady with the dog book peeks over her glasses. Even the guy in the blue shirt, who's already halfway out, stops to look back. Sarah's face changes fast. Her cheeks go pale, like all the color drains out. Her eyes get wide, like she's scared. "Talk," she says, her voice shaking. "About what?" The man in the suit doesn't answer her yet. Instead, he turns to Tom. Tom's right there, stopped in his wheelchair, just inside the door. The manager's face softens like he's sorry about something. He bends down a little, so he's closer to Tom, and says, "Sir, I'm so sorry for what happened. We had no idea you were on this flight." His voice is gentle now, not loud. It's like he's talking to someone super important. Sarah blinks. She tilts her head, confused. She says, pointing at Tom. Her voice is high and squeaky, like she's nervous. She laughs a weird, shaky laugh. "What's so special about him?" She's trying to sound tough, but it's not working. Her hands are fidgeting now, twisting together. She looks at Tom, then at the manager, then back at Tom. She doesn't get it. Not yet. The passengers are watching. They're all stuck in the aisle, holding their bags, staring. The mom with the baby whispers to the lady next to her, "What's going on?" The lady shrugs, but her eyes are glued to Tom. The kid with the crayons tugs his mom's sleeve. "Is she in trouble?" he asks. His mom shushes him, but she's watching too. Everyone's waiting. The air feels thick like something huge is about to happen. Tom moves. He reaches up with one hand slow and steady and grabs his cap. That old cap he's been wearing the whole time, pulled low over his eyes. He takes it off. The plane's lights shine on his face now, clear as day. His hair's gray, but his eyes are bright and strong. He sits up straighter in his wheelchair, like he's growing taller right there. His faded jacket doesn't look so faded anymore, it's like he's bigger, more important than before. Then he speaks. His voice isn't soft now. It's strong. It's clear. It rings out, filling the plane. "I'm Tom Grayson," he says. He pauses, letting the words sink in. "I own this airline." Bam. It's like a thunderclap. The whole plane erupts, whispers everywhere. People gasp. "What?" says the man in the blue shirt. "No way," says the lady with curly hair. The mom with the baby covers her mouth. The kid with the crayons jumps up and down. "He's the boss," he yells. The lady with the dog book drops her book thud and stares. Everyone's talking, whispering, pointing. It's loud and wild, like a classroom when the teacher steps out. Sarah's jaw drops. Her mouth hangs open, like a fish out of water. Her eyes are huge, bigger than ever. She stutters, "W what?" "No way," her voice is tiny now, not bossy at all. She shakes her head, like she can't believe it. "No way," she says again, softer. She looks at Tom, then at the manager, then back at Tom. Her hands stop fidgeting, they just hang there, limp. Her smirk's gone. Her strut's gone. She's not the queen of the skies anymore. Tom keeps looking at her. His eyes are calm but strong, like a lion watching a mouse. He doesn't yell. He doesn't laugh. He just sits there, tall and steady. "Yes way," he says, quiet but firm. "I've been watching you, Sarah. Every move." "Oh yes, Sarah." Tom's not just a passenger. He's not just some guy in a wheelchair. He's the big boss, the one who owns Sky High Airlines. He started it. He built it. It's his plane, his rules, his everything. And he's been on this flight the whole time, quiet as a shadow, watching her yell, snap, and slap his hand. He saw it all, the coffee spill, the ignored mom, the mean words. Everything. The manager nods. "Mr. Grayson likes to check on things himself," he says, loud enough for everyone to hear. "He flies with us sometimes. To see how we treat people." He looks at Sarah, his eyes narrow. "And you, Miss Sarah, didn't do so good." Sarah's face goes even paler, like a ghost. She steps back, bumping into the wall. I didn't know," she says, her voice all wobbly. "I didn't mean." She stops, like she doesn't know what to say. She looks around, at all the passengers staring at her. The man in the blue shirt crosses his arms. The lady with curly hair smirks like she's the one winning now. The kid with the crayons giggles. "You're in trouble," he says. Tom doesn't say more. He doesn't need to. His words, "I own this airline," hit like a big wave. Everyone's buzzing. The whispers get louder. "He's the owner," says the guy in the red shirt, who's still near the back. "Wow," says the lady with the baby. "I knew he was cool," says the old man who got yelled at for moving his seat. They're all looking at Tom now, like he's a superhero who just took off his mask. Sarah's shaking her head. "This can't be real," she mutters. She looks at the manager, like he'll say it's a joke. But he doesn't. He just stands there, arms crossed, waiting. She looks at Tom again. You're really the owner?" she asks, her voice tiny. Tom nods. "Yup," he says. "Simple. Strong. True." He puts his cap back on, not low this time, but high, so everyone can see his face. He's not hiding anymore. He's the boss, and he's done watching quietly. The passengers cheer a little at first, then louder. "Yeah," shouts the kid with the crayons. "Way to go," says the man in the blue shirt. The lady with curly hair claps clap clap clap. Even the mom with the baby smiles big, bouncing her little one. They're happy. They're excited. Sarah's been mean all flight, and now she's caught by the biggest boss of all. Sarah's not strutting now. She's shrinking like a balloon losing air. Her shoulders slump. Her hands twist together again. She looks at the floor, then at Tom, then at the manager. I am sorry," she says, so quiet it's hard to hear. But no one's listening to her now. They're all watching Tom, the guy they thought was just a quiet passenger. The guy who turned out to be the king of the airline. The manager steps closer to Sarah. "We'll talk more outside," he says, his voice firm. He looks at Tom. "Sir, you ready to go?" Tom nods. "Yup," he says again. He rolls his wheelchair forward right past Sarah. She doesn't move. She just stands there, frozen, like a statue. The passengers keep whispering as Tom heads out. "He's awesome," says the kid with the crayons. "She deserves it," says the lady with curly hair. "I can't believe it," says the guy in the red shirt. They're all amazed. They're all thrilled. Tom's the hero now, the quiet guy who turned out to be the biggest deal on the plane. Sarah's left standing there, alone. Her smirk's gone for good. Her Queen of the Skies act? Over. Tom's the real boss, and he just showed her up big time. The plane's emptying out, but the excitement's still buzzing. Tom Grayson, the owner, was here all along. And Sarah? She never saw it coming. The plane's quiet now, well, almost quiet. The big reveal just happened, and everyone's still buzzing. Tom Grayson, the guy in the wheelchair, just said, "I own this airline." Sarah's jaw is on the floor, and the passengers are whispering like crazy. The man in the sharp suit, the airline manager, stands there, looking at Sarah with a serious face. He's not happy. Not one bit. And he's not waiting around to fix this mess. The manager steps closer to Sarah. His shiny shoes go click click on the floor. He crosses his arms and looks down at her. "Sarah," he says, loud and clear, "you're done here." His voice is strong like a teacher telling a kid they're in big trouble. Sarah blinks fast, like she didn't hear him right. What?" she stutters, her voice all shaky. The manager doesn't back down. "We don't treat people like that," he says. "Especially not our founder." He points at Tom, who's sitting tall in his wheelchair, watching everything. "Whoa. You're done here. That's huge." Sarah's face goes even paler like a white sheet. Her hands shake a little, and her mouth opens, but no words come out. She looks at the manager, then at Tom, then back at the manager. She's stuck like a deer in headlights. She doesn't know what to do. The passengers hear it all, and they're watching close. The lady with curly hair, the one who got coffee spilled on her, smiles a tiny bit. The kid with the crayons whispers, "She's out." The mom with the baby nods, like she's glad. But the manager's not done talking. He waves his hand, and two people step onto the plane. They're security guards. They're big, with blue uniforms and badges that shine under the plane's lights. One's a lady with short hair, and the other's a guy with a walkie-talkie that crackles bzzzt bzzzt. They walk right up to Sarah, standing on both sides of her. "Let's go," the lady guard says, her voice calm but firm. The guy guard nods. "Time to leave," he says. Sarah's head drops. Her shoulders slump, like all the air's gone out of her. She doesn't strut now. She doesn't smirk. She looks small, like a kid caught being naughty. The guards take her arms, not hard, just gentle enough to move her. She doesn't fight. She just walks with them, her shoes dragging on the floor, scuff scuff scuff. Her ponytail hangs low, not swinging anymore. She's not the Queen of the Skies now. She's just Sarah, and she's in trouble. The passengers watch her go. As she steps off the plane, someone claps clap clap. Then another person joins in clap clap clap. Soon, it's a big cheer. "Yeah," shouts the man in the blue shirt. "Good job," yells the guy in the red shirt. The lady with curly hair claps louder, her hands going fast. The kid with the crayons jumps up and down, Clapping too. Bye bye, he says, giggling. Even the mom with the baby smiles and taps her hands together, careful not to wake her little one. They're happy, really happy. Sarah's been mean all flight, and now she's gone. Tom rolls forward in his wheelchair, whir. He's heading off the plane too, nice and steady. The manager walks beside him, making sure he's okay. The crew, the other workers on the plane, stand near the door. There's a guy with glasses who helped Tom earlier, and a lady with a big smile who passed out snacks. They're not like Sarah. They did their jobs right. Tom looks at them as he rolls by. Thank you, he says, his voice soft but strong. You did great. The guy with glasses nods. Happy to help, sir, he says. The lady with the smile beams like she's proud. Thank you, Mr. Grayson, she says. Tom smiles back, that small, kind smile he's had all along. He rolls out the door, into the tunnel that leads to the airport. The passengers still on the plane cheer again. Woohoo, shouts the old man who got yelled at for moving his seat. He's the best, says the lady with the dog book. They're all excited, Tom's the hero now. The plane's emptying out fast. People grab their bags and shuffle off, talking loud. Can you believe it, says the man in the blue shirt to the lady with curly hair. He owns the whole airline. She nods. And she's gone good. The kid with the crayon skips ahead, dragging his backpack. That was cool, he says. His mom laughs. Sure was, she says. The guy in the red shirt, the one who sat next to Tom, shakes his head. I knew he was special, he says, smiling big. Outside, Sarah's walking away with the guards. They're taking her through the airport, past the big windows and the shiny floors. Her head still down, and she doesn't look at anyone. People at the gates, other travelers waiting for their flight, stare as she goes by. What's happening? A lady with a suitcase asks. She got in trouble, says a guy with a coffee cup. Word's spreading already fast. Tom's off the plane now. He rolls through the tunnel, the long walkway that connects the plane to the airport. The manager's still with him, talking quiet. We'll fix this, sir, he says. No more trouble like that. Tom nods. Good, he says. I want people treated right. His voice is steady, like he means it. They get to the airport, and it's busy, people rushing, suitcases rolling, voices everywhere. But Tom's calm, rolling along like it's no big deal. Later, maybe an hour or two after the plane lands, something cool happens. Word starts spreading through the airline. Not just at the airport, but everywhere. Workers at desks, pilots in their planes, crew at other gates, they all hear about it. Tom Grayson was on that flight, they say. The guy who started Sky High Airlines. Phones buzz. Messages beep. People talk fast. He was undercover, says a lady at the ticket counter. Checking on us, says a guy loading bags onto a cart. Turns out, Tom's a big deal, a really big deal. He's not just some guy in a wheelchair. He's a disabled veteran, someone who fought in a war and got hurt. When he came home, he didn't give up. Nope. He built Sky High Airlines from scratch. From nothing. He started with one plane, then two, then more. He worked hard, super hard, to make it big. Now it's got planes all over, flying people to tons of places. And he's the boss, the top guy who runs it all. But here's the best part, Tom doesn't just sit in an office. He likes to check things himself. He flies on his own planes, quiet, undercover, to see how his workers treat people. He wears his old jacket and cap so no one knows it's him. He watches. He listens. He makes sure his airline is good, not mean like Sarah. And this time, he caught her being awful, yelling, slapping his hand, spilling coffee, ignoring the mom. He saw it all. The news spreads fast. Workers at Sky High hear it and talk. He's a veteran, says a pilot eating lunch. And the owner, says a lady cleaning a plane. He was on flight 23, says a guy fixing an engine. They're amazed. They're proud. Tom's their boss, and he's cool, not stuck up or mean. He cares about people, passengers, workers, everyone. Back at the airport, Tom's rolling through now. People see him, workers, travelers, kids. That's him, whispers a girl with a teddy bear. Mr. Grayson, says a man pushing a cart. They wave, And Tom waves back small, friendly waves. He doesn't act big or loud. He's still quiet, still kind. But everyone knows who he is now. He's not hiding anymore. The passengers from the flight are still there too, waiting for their bags. They talk loud, excited. He got her good, says the man in the blue shirt. She deserved it, says the lady with curly hair, brushing her coffee-stained dress. The mom with the baby smiles. He's so nice, she says. The kid with the crayons runs around. He's the boss. He's the boss, he yells. They're all happy Sarah's gone, and Tom's in charge. Word keeps spreading. By the next day, everyone at Sky High knows. Sarah's out, they say. She was mean to Mr. Grayson. They hear how she yelled, how she slapped his hand, how she laughed at the coffee spill. Good thing he was there, says a lady at a gate. He stopped her, says a pilot tying his tie. They're glad, really glad. Tom's not about to let anyone ruin what he worked so hard for. Tom's back at his office soon, not a big, fancy one, just a simple room with a desk and a window. He's still in his wheelchair, still wearing that faded jacket. He looks out at the planes taking off and landing. He built this, all of it. After the war, when he couldn't walk anymore, he didn't quit. He started small, saved money, got a plane. Then another. Then more. He made Sky High Airlines to help people travel safe, happy, not yelled at. And he's keeping it that way. Workers talk about him now. He's tough, says a guy fixing seats. But fair, says a lady handing out tickets. He cares, says a pilot waving from his plane. They know Tom won't let mean people like Sarah stay. He wants his airline to be good, really good. And if you're rude, if you treat people bad, you're out. Just like Sarah. Sarah's gone now, really gone. No more strutting. No more yelling. She's not at the airport anymore. Maybe she's home, thinking about what happened. Maybe she's sorry. Maybe not. But she's not coming back to Sky High. Tom made sure of that. The guards took her away, and the manager said, "You're done." That's it? Justice served big time. The passengers tell the story too. They get their bags and go home, but they don't forget. I was on that flight, says the man in the blue shirt to his friends. He owned the airline, says the lady with curly hair at dinner. She got caught, says the kid with the crayons at school. They tell everyone, family, friends, neighbors. Tom Grayson's awesome, they say. He fixed it. And Tom? He keeps going. He'll fly again undercover, quiet, watching. He won't let his airline turn mean. He worked too hard after the war, with his wheelchair, from nothing. It's his dream, and he's protecting it. Sarah's out. The good crew stays. The passengers cheer. That's how it ends, fair, strong, and happy. Tom rolls away now. His wheelchair goes whir 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 as he moves through the airport. The tunnel from the plane spits him out into the big, busy building. People are everywhere, rushing with suitcases, hugging at gates, buying snacks from little shops. The floor's shiny, like a mirror, and the lights are bright, bouncing off everything. Tom's faded jacket and old cap look small in all this noise, but he's not small. Not anymore. He's the big boss of Sky High Airlines, and he just showed everyone who he really is. He rolls past a lady with a big red bag. She's talking on her phone, saying, "I'm here," to someone. He rolls past a kid with a balloon tied to his wrist, it's blue and bobbing in the air. He rolls past a man selling coffee, who yells, "Hot drinks here." Tom doesn't stop. He keeps going, steady and calm, like always. The manager's with him for a bit, walking beside him, but then he turns off to talk to some workers. Tom's alone now, rolling through the crowd. People look at him, some know who he is, some don't. A girl with a teddy bear points. "That's the guy," she whispers to her dad. Tom waves a little wave and keeps moving. He's disappearing into the airport now. The big glass doors are ahead, and beyond them, it's dark outside. Stars wink in the sky, and planes sit quiet on the ground, their lights blinking red and white. Tom rolls closer to the doors. The crowd swallows him up, more people, more noise, and then he's gone. You can't see him anymore. But you can't stop thinking about him. Oh no, he's stuck in your head now, and that's a good thing. Let's think about this. Tom's gone, but his story stays with us. Picture him one more time sitting in his wheelchair on that plane. His jacket's old, his cap's low, his voice is soft. He looks like just another guy, right? That's what Sarah thought. She saw him and said, "Move it, old man." She slapped his hand. She laughed at him. She judged him too fast. She looked at his wheelchair and his quiet ways and thought, he's nothing. She thought he was weak, slow, not important. Boy, was she wrong. Sarah didn't see the real Tom. She didn't see the strength underneath. She didn't know he was a veteran, someone who fought in a war and came home hurt but never gave up. She didn't know he built sky-high airlines from nothing, starting with one plane, then two, then a whole bunch. She didn't know he's the boss, the big boss who cares about people and flies undercover to make sure his airline's good. She missed all that. She judged him by what she saw outside his chair, his clothes, his quiet, and she got it all mixed up. Now he's gone into the airport, and you're left thinking, wow, sometimes the person you least expect is the one with all the power. Think about that. The quiet guy, the one nobody notices, might be the strongest of all. Sarah didn't expect Tom to be the owner. She didn't expect him to catch her being mean. But he did. He had the power all along, hiding right there in his calm eyes and little smile. And when he said, "I own this airline," bam! Everything changed. Sarah's jaw dropped, and justice came fast. So here's a big idea: don't judge people too quick. You might see someone and think, oh, they're not a big deal. Maybe they're quiet. Maybe they look different, like Tom with his wheelchair. Maybe they don't talk loud or act big. But guess what? They could be super strong inside. They could be smart, brave, or even the boss of something huge. You never know who they really are or what they're capable of until you give them a chance. Let's imagine something fun. Picture you're at school, okay. There's a kid in your class. He's super quiet. He sits in the back, doesn't talk much, maybe wears old sneakers. You might think, he's boring, or he's not cool. But what if he's secretly awesome? What if he's a great artist, drawing comics at home? What if he's super smart and builds robots? What if he's kind and helps his little sister every day? You wouldn't know unless you talk to him. If you judge him fast like Sarah judged Tom, you might miss out on a great friend. Or think about this, maybe you're at the park. There's an old lady on a bench, feeding birds. She's got a big coat and a slow walk. You might think, she's just old. But what if she used to fly planes? What if she's a grandma who tells the best stories? What if she's stronger than she looks? You don't know until you say hi. Judging fast like Sarah did means you miss the good stuff. Tom's story teaches us that. Sarah looked at him and saw a wheelchair. She saw an old jacket and a quiet guy. She didn't see the veteran. She didn't see the guy who built an airline. She didn't see the power, the big, amazing power he had inside. She judged him wrong, and it bit her back hard. She's gone now, out of a job, and Tom's still rolling strong. So next time you're quick to look down on someone, stop. Think about Tom. Remember the story? Picture him on that plane, calm and quiet, while Sarah yelled and strutted. Picture her face when he said, "I own this airline." Picture the passengers cheering when she got taken away. That's what happens when you judge too fast. You might be wrong, really wrong, and the person you laughed at might surprise you big time. Let's make it real for a minute. Imagine you're walking home from school. You see a kid pushing a cart full of cans, maybe he's collecting them. He's got messy hair and a dirty shirt. You could think, he's weird, and keep walking. But what if he's collecting cans to help his family? What if he's super nice and funny? What if he's got dreams bigger than you can guess? You don't know until you talk to him. Judging him fast like Sarah judged Tom means you miss out. Or maybe you're at the store. There's a guy in line, moving slow. He's got a cane, and his hands shake a little. You might think, hurry up, in your head. But what if he's a hero like Tom? What if he fought in a war or built something amazing? What if he's got stories that'd make your eyes pop? You won't know if you just roll your eyes and walk away. Tom's story says, wait. Look closer. Give people a chance. That's the big lesson here. Sometimes the strongest people don't look strong. Sometimes the most important people don't act important. Tom didn't yell. He didn't brag. He didn't strut like Sarah. He was quiet, super quiet, but he had all the power. He showed it when it mattered, and he won. Sarah lost because she didn't see it. She judged him by his outside and forgot to check his inside. So what can you do? Be nice. Be curious. Don't judge fast. If you see someone quiet or different like Tom, smile at them. Say hi. Ask how they're doing. You might find out they're awesome. You might make a friend. You might learn something cool. And even if they're not the boss of an airline, they're still a person, someone with their own story, their own strength. Think about Tom one more time. He's rolling through that airport now, out of sight. His wheelchair's gone past the glass doors, into the night. Planes are taking off behind him, planes he owns. He's a veteran, a builder, a boss. He didn't let his wheelchair stop him. He didn't let Sarah's rudeness break him. He stayed strong, quietly strong, and showed everyone what he's made of. That's power. Real power. And it was hiding right there, where Sarah never looked. So here's the takeaway, the big idea to keep with you. You never know who someone really is. The quiet kid, the slow walker, the person you might laugh at, they could be a Tom. They could have strength you can't see. They could surprise you. So don't be a Sarah. Don't judge fast and miss out. Be a Tom, calm, kind, and ready to see the good in people. That's how you win, not by yelling, but by waiting, watching, and being fair. Let's wrap it up fun. Thanks for sticking with me till the end. What did you think of Tom's big reveal? Did you cheer when Sarah got caught? Drop your thoughts below, I want to hear them. And let's keep the conversation going. Tell me, have you ever met someone who surprised you like Tom? Let's talk about it. There you go, Tom's story ends with a bang and a lesson. He's out there, keeping his airline awesome, and we're here, thinking about what he taught us. Be nice. Look closer. Don't judge too quick. You never know who's got the power or what they can do.